Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to be here at WITI 2018. I've already met so many inspiring men and women, and I hope you have as well. I've learned so much already from some of the sessions I've taken part in, and I'm really looking forward to giving back now and sharing some of our own experiences, bridging the digital gender divide, and ways that maybe you and your organization can become involved. So just to start out, let me tell you a little bit about myself and the organization that I work with. I'm based in Geneva, Switzerland, at the headquarters of the International Telecommunication Union, ITU. We are the United Nations Specialized Agency for Information and Communication Technologies. So what is ITU? We're driving global innovation in ICTs together with 193 countries, what we call our member states, and more than 800 of the top companies and universities around the world. In fact, many of the companies represented here today are our members. We are the intergovernmental body responsible for coordinating the shared use of the radio spectrum, assigning satellite orbits, improving ICT infrastructure in the developing world, and for defining the world standards for such information and communication technologies as the video coding you use for your digital videos, 5G and its predecessors, how your digital devices will communicate with each other with the Internet of Things, and even how your future self-drive car will communicate with other self-drive cars. In our increasingly digitally driven world, digital connectivity means having access to vital resources, such as employment opportunities, housing, education, medical care, financial management, and even food security. For this reason, ITU is committed to connecting the world. And when we say the world, we mean everyone, everywhere. We don't want anyone left behind, unable to benefit from the social and financial resources that the internet offers. But right now, women are being left behind due to the digital gender divide. So what does this digital gender divide look like? Well, globally, it's 250 million fewer women than men that use the internet. And it's 200 million fewer women than men that own a mobile phone. Here in the US, it's the one woman for each 9 men working in the Silicon Valley tech sector. In Europe, it's not much better. Only 17% of tech jobs are held by women. And in least developed countries, the situation is dramatic, with 33% less women than men using the internet. What is more shocking is that our data shows that the digital gender divide is actually growing. From 2013 to 2017, the global internet user gap between men and women increased from 11% to 11.6%. And in least developed countries, that gap grew a full 3%. The results of this are that around the globe, women in both developing and developed countries are being held back from benefiting from digital tech resources and to contributing to the development of these, which is really important. In families, communities, and professional roles, women's perspectives, skills, and experiences bring important value. Strengthening societies, building economies, advancing knowledge, and ultimately improving livelihoods. And it's becoming clear that without women's access to digital technology resources and participation in digital technology development, we all lose. So why is there a digital gender divide? Our research shows that globally there are several common denominators. Lack of access to technology. Either it doesn't exist or it's too expensive. A lack of digital skills to use technology when it is accessible. Cultural stereotypes that define the tech sector as a male domain, and even a lack of self-confidence in girls and women themselves that they can't succeed in tech-related fields or use technology. But why is bridging the digital gender divide so important? I'd like to share a quote now from one of our gender partners, Chat Garcia-Ramilo, Executive Director of APC. She says, "Achieving digital gender equality goes hand in hand with ending discrimination, oppression, and exclusion of women and girls. APC believes that addressing these underlying barriers to women and girls' access to the internet will enable them to become users, creators, and innovators for their own empowerment." In response, we at ITU have created 2 global initiatives designed to bring more tech resources to women and girls worldwide and more women to tech employment and leadership positions. The first is called Girls in ICT Day. This is an internationally designated day held on the fourth Thursday of April every year. The day began as a simple way to recognize the contribution of girls to ICT and encourage more girls to study STEM subjects and consider a tech-related career. But it has now evolved from just a single day in the year to become the platform from which thousands of girl-centered ICT initiatives have launched. The events are organized locally, and anyone, anywhere is invited to set up and host their own Girls in ICT Day event. These have included hackathons, mentoring roundtables, and hands-on sessions on gaming app development, 3D satellite mapping, and building robots, with prizes and awards often given out recognizing top teams and individuals. Since 2011, over 11,000 events have been held in 171 countries, empowering more than 360,000 girls and women globally, and bringing us one step closer to making every day of the year Girls in ICT Day. The feedback from the girls participating in these events has been incredible. Many have told us that they didn't know that there were other girls interested in robotics, engineering, or app development, that they could study these fields in university, or that there were even career opportunities in these fields for women. Through Girls in ICT Day, they connect with a growing community of friends, supporters, and role models. Building on the global energy generated by Girls in ICT Day and other initiatives around the world, I2 then came together in 2016 with UN Women to form the Equals Global Partnership to support the growing number of women in tech initiatives being launched around the world. Equals has now expanded from its initial 5 founding partners just 18 months ago to a continuously growing global network of nearly 60 companies, universities, nonprofit organizations, and government agencies. I'd just like to share a few of these with you that have come on recently because it really is an exciting list of organizations and government agencies working together. Nokia, Ernst & Young, the Mozilla Foundation, the Wikimedia Foundation, the Sherry Blair Foundation for Women, Girl Scouts of America, She Loves Tech, the Code to Change, the Internet Society, ByteDance, the German Development Agency, the African Development Bank, the World Wide Web Forum, the One Campaign, the Berkman Klein Center at Harvard University, Royal Holloway at London University, and the World Economic Forum. These are just some of the few leading global organizations working together now to make a change. I'd like to share another quote from one of our partners, Ernst & Young's regional managing partner for Germany, Switzerland, and Australia, Julie Teagland, on why EI became involved. She said, "Digital disruption and the question of gender equality are inherently linked. Never before have we stood on the brink of such a profound revolution in our working world. It is pivotal that we shape this transformation and enable women of all nationalities and all ages to access digital opportunities, become digitally literate, and advance as entrepreneurs and leaders worldwide. Let us join forces today to benefit from digital gender equality tomorrow. Our countries and our companies cannot afford to wait." Partners in the Equals Global Network come together to work through 3 coalitions focused on the 3 major common denominators. The Access Coalition, of course, works to ensure that women and girls have full access to digital technologies, devices, and services. The Skills Coalition works to empower women and girls to acquire skills to become both ICT users and creators in the digital world, as well as broader STEM fields. The Leadership Coalition works to promote employment and leadership opportunities for women in the digital workforce, including women's entrepreneurship. Nokia CEO Rajeev Suri highlighted his company's commitment to hiring more women when becoming an equal partner, saying this, "At Nokia, our ambition is to have a gender balance that reflects the world around us. Achieving that ambition will require the skills of policymakers and the active engagement of societies to build long-term talent pipeline by helping to bring more women into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and the commitment of managers and leaders everywhere." While gender balance is important to fully bridge the digital gender gap, we need women not only represented in tech, but but in positions of influence in tech. Why is this important? Well, right now we're undergoing a tech revolution. the tech for good revolution. The global community has realized the immense power that tech has to change the world for better and is racing forward to harness tech like never before. Right now, technologies developed by many of the companies represented here are being used in innovative ways for good. In the Democratic Republic of Congo this week, the World Health Organization is working to contain a new outbreak of Ebola. Using AI-driven software that crunches depersonalized mobile data, big data, they can now predict where the virus may spread and put in advanced teams to contain it and save lives. In the skies right now, new space-to-terrestrial satellite relay systems launched in December are being put in place to track aircraft across remote geographic locations so that families just like ours never again have to experience the grief felt by those who lost loved ones in the disappearance of Malaysian Airways jet. In southern Sudan right now, children driven from their homes by attacks on their villages are living in UNICEF camps, but are still able to continue their studies and retain a sense of normalcy with the use of iPads and e-education programs. In subsistence farming communities around the world, farmers, both men and women, can now use their mobile phones to access information on climate predictions so they know when to plant their seeds, and information on market prices so they know the fair market value of their crops, creating both vital income and food security for fragile communities around the world. With this new vision for tech for good comes a new need within the tech sector: leaders with empathy, leaders with broad visions that consider the social and economic needs of their stakeholders, leaders that are good listeners, and as the panel prior to this said, leaders that care, leaders that are great human beings, leaders that realize that doing good can also be good for business. Essentially, leaders, both male and female, with character traits once considered traditional female gender characteristics, and once thought to be too soft for high tech. Leaders like you, who have already broken the tech gender barrier. Leaders like you, who value coming together to exchange knowledge and experiences. And leaders like you, who are the future of tech and who can change the world. With that, I challenge you to push forward, to be those leaders, continue to bridge the digital gender divide, help others do the same, men and women, and to change the face of tech and to create a better world. Thank you.